cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's make the best chicken and dumplings my way. To get started, I have all my ingredients already prepped, and I'll be using some chicken legs and thighs, but feel free to use whatever part of the chicken you like. I have some onions, ginger, rosemary, thyme, scallions, parsley, and I'll be using some coconut cream. Traditionally, heavy cream is used, but I feel like coconut cream is more flavorful and delicious, so I'm using that. Now, I have here some better than bouillon, some onions, celery, bell peppers. I'll be using some green peas, carrots, minced garlic. I have some flour, butter. For my seasonings, I'll be using some Tony's, which is Creole seasoning, sazon, complete seasoning, black pepper, garlic and onion powder, mushroom seasoning, and more black pepper. Let's get started. So to a pot of water, I will now add my chicken, and then we'll go in with our herbs, the onions and the ginger. Now, if you have fresh garlic, you can add a few cloves in here. I did not have any, so that's why I'm using the minced garlic for the next part of the recipe. Now, once you add that, we will add some seasoning here. I like to use better than bouillon, black pepper, garlic and onion powder, and some mushroom seasoning here. The mushroom seasoning is so delicious, guys. If you have not tried mushroom seasoning, please go ahead and get you a pack of that. It is the flavor god, like the god of flavors, trust me. It is so delicious, and I want everyone to try it because I want y'all to see how delicious it is. So once we added all of those seasonings in there, we'll stir well, set the lid on, and let this go for about an hour on medium to low heat. After about 1 hour, this is what we have here. Our chicken is nice and tender, and our broth is made. This broth we'll be using to make our, soup. So what you want to do is go ahead and strain the broth and then shred your chicken. Now let's make our dumplings. Today I'll be making some spinach dumplings. So here I have some self-rising flour. If you don't have self-rising flour, you can add 2 cups of flour to 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I will write it down below in the description box. Here I have fresh spinach, but if you don't have the fresh one, you can use the frozen one. I have some milk, butter, sugar, and salt. Now I like my dumplings a tad bit sweet, so I have extra sugar there. But if you don't like that, you can omit the sugar. You can omit the salt. Just make your dumplings the way you prefer. We will mix those ingredients in there well, and then we'll add our butter, and we will incorporate that throughout the flour. Then we'll add our spinach, mix well, and then we'll add our warm milk, and we will form like almost the dough, but not quite there. If you understand what I mean, we will make a sticky dough then. A very sticky dough, because I want to make drop dumplings instead of, forming them out into shapes. So we will, after we're done here, we will set this aside until we're ready for it later. Now, if you want to make your dough more firm, you can just add more flour and make your dough firm, and you can knead it to your own preference. To a preheated pot, we'll now add our butter. I did add some oil to prevent the butter from burning. Next, we'll go in with our onion, celery, and bell pepper. Mix that really well and allow it to go for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, we'll add the minced garlic. Allow that to go for about a minute or so. And then we'll go in with our flour. Mix well and let that also go for about a minute or two, just to cook the raw taste out first before we add our broth. Next, we're going to come in with our chicken broth, and we're going to mix that in and allow it to thicken a bit before adding the coconut cream. Now, like I said, heavy cream is traditionally used, but I want to use the coconut cream because it brings much more flavor to the dish. And it's just a West Indian thing. You know, we prefer to use coconut in place of a lot of things. So yeah, that's what I'm using. Now, once you add your coconut cream, we're going to add our seasoning. Make sure you taste and see if it needs anything else. Make sure it suits your preference. Always taste your food, guys. Taste as you go. And then we will add our carrots or peas. We'll add our shredded chicken in here. If you want to use more chicken, you can do that. And we will allow this to simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes before we add our dumplings. After about 15 minutes, we will now add our dumplings in here. Like I said, I want to use the drop dumpling method. So I'm going to drop it in with an ice cream scoop. But you can go ahead and make your dumplings more firm, and you can roll it out into the shape that you like. Once we drop them in, we'll allow them to go for about 10 to 12 minutes. Cover it and allow it to cook. You want these to cook really well. And then once they're finished cooking, to know how a good way to tell if they are done, they will float up to the top. Once they float up, that means they're done. Or you can take a toothpick and prick them in the middle. And if it comes out clean, that's how you know they are done. And here you have it. After about 10 minutes, my dumplings are done. They look amazing. And now I can plate it up and show you all the finished product. So this is my version of chicken and dumplings. If you're West Indian or Caribbean, you'll definitely enjoy this version of it. It was so mouth-watering and delicious, packed with flavor. And I am hoping you all give this recipe a try. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you make your chicken and dumplings. And I will leave all the ingredients that I use down in my description box. I'll see you all in my next video. Have a good day and thank you for watching.